The first thing I realized was that their president, whatever she was their, I don't want to say, but their president, and she was talking to the advertisers like by the third show, and she told the advertisers, the show is not, because the pilot had a Hillary hater and a Trump hater in the same family. They still loved each other.
Which you can't show. You cannot show.
No, they were all upset about that. But she said, well, the show's not going to be political anymore. It just was the pilot. And I thought, who told her that? She never talked to me about that. I don't know who told her that.
Yeah, check this out, Jack. She had done the show. It had been a huge success. And it was, are we not allowed to name her, Channing?
No, we're not.
The president of ABC did an article saying that next season will be different. Never talked to her. Never talked to the showrunners. She took.
She might have talked to Sarah Gilbert.
But who was upset about this?
Her.
Well, no,
a
lot of people
were the advertisers actually upset?
No,
they had 24 million views.
They canceled my show before any advertisers pulled out. But she was upset about it because she was a friend of Michelle Obama and Valerie Jarrett.
There you go.
Okay, so anyway, I was really upset about that because I thought, well, she's cutting my throat. And then she started cutting my throat every week. And when I found out that, the day I found out, I'm like, hey, when are we going back to, when are the writers going to start? I called the head writer that I hired. And he said, oh, the writers are already back, Roseanne. They want you to come in and say hi. Well, I was the center of the writers. I ran the writers' room.
Right.
And I knew then that they had stolen my show. That was the night I sent the tweet. And the tweet was, I did think Valerie Jarrett was Iranian. And because she is from Iran.
She's born there.
Yeah. And I had no idea she was African-American. No idea. She don't look African-American. Excuse me. And so I was like, okay, you took my show. Take this tweet.
So you're saying, though, that they had basically taken your show even before the tweet?
Yes, that's why I wanted...
the very day.
So this, because
I got all drunk and went, fuck you.
Because that's not the narrative. The narrative is, oh, it was because of the tweet. But you're saying that the setup, and based on what I have been saying, that they were planning to phase you out even before that.
Yes.
Yeah, they had taken my show, and I realized it on Labor Day. So I was like, okay, well, here's a tweet for you. And I woke up at 1 a.m. and I was really like, I do pray and meditate. And I really do feel like, I felt like God was waking me up. And here comes a picture of Valerie Jarrett and that character from that movie. And they looked exactly alike. And so I captioned it. I captioned a meme. And so they said, but I put, the caption I put was Muslim Brotherhood plus this movie about the takeover of America.
VJ. Muslim Brotherhood plus VJ. No,
I said Muslim Brotherhood plus this movie had a baby, and it's Valerie Jarrett's Iran deal. Yeah. That's what it was. And I went, fuck you, you took my show, I'm going to leave you with a tweet. I knew they were going to fire me.
I got to step in. I'm so happy because people don't understand your mindset that night. And there's been all... I was
drunk.
No, hold on. The important thing is, and I'm going to be very, very smart here. My mother didn't have the team that she has now. So when that night happened and she sees the president of ABC basically saying, oh, next year we're not going to be political. When my mother is famous for being political, that Roseanne show, it's not just a reboot. It's the first 9 seasons were always political. First Gay Kiss. You name it. I'm not even going to get into it. So they basically, without talking to her, said, we're going to take her show. That night, along. I know my mother, and we've never talked about this, but I know you, and I know that night you were like, I'm going to fucking bring the whole thing down.
No, I did, because I'm like, I'm not going back there. I'm not going to go back there and play Happy June.
I wish you would have admitted. I told you to admit this the day after the tweet, because it's actually a brilliant sabotage. And I still think it makes you a victim. So maybe that's why you didn't do it, because you were like, but that's what you did. It was like, fuck you, you're going to take my life's work?
Fuck you, I'm going to say the truth about Obama and Valerie Jarrett's anti-Semitic Iran deal.
Thank you.
And what they do and what they mean for America. Too.
So
they want to lock up all the black kids. They're trying to pretend like they're on the black kids' side, but they're not.
But you knew when you sent that tweet you were going to get in trouble. Yes?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all thank you. That makes it so much more.
And then
fucking, what's the word? It's not based anymore. It's
I didn't
keyed.
think I was going to get in that much trouble because I thought she was white. I did think she was white.
I did too.
And when they called me up and Johnny goes, they're saying you're a racist. I go, Muslim isn't a race. That was what I said first. I go, Muslim ain't a race. It's a religion. And they go, no, Valerie is African American. I go, huh? She's born in Iran. They go, yeah, she's African American. I go, what? I'm darker than her.
Yeah.
And then the ABC called me up and the guy goes, what possible excuse can you have for the egregious thing you've done? I go, I thought she's white. 20 minutes later, it was canceled. And they called me a racist, even though they knew. I told them I thought she's white. They called me a racist anyway. ABC.
I'll just say.
And then Bob Iger, the president of ABC, goes, they're so stupid. He goes, the first call I made was to Valerie Jarrett, and Michelle Obama said, get her off the air. And when they did, Obama called and congratulated him. Because they were really afraid that some Jew had said they were anti-Semites. And they are. They put black people back in slavery and put them from slums to prison. 1 in 4 black men in prison, which Kamala Harris was really good at. She locked up all the black parents whose kids didn't go to, show up at school every day. And now she's like, the vice president of the Democratic Party. Joe Biden is the hugest racist in the world.
He wrote the crime bill in 1994.
Yeah. And I mean, he's the president of the Democratic Party.
Well, you want to talk about a criminal syndicate.
Yeah, and they invented the KKK, the Democrats, but they have people under such incredible mind control that they can't see their way out of a paper bag. And let's leave it there. Let's go to Jan 6.
I'll just say this. It's about time somebody finally started talking about the connections between Barack Obama and the Muslim Brotherhood.
Fuck yeah.
Because
they was at the White House every other week.
They're at the White House. And go and look at what they did in Egypt.
I know.
Go and
the
look
Muslim
what they did in Egypt.
Look what they did. Look what they did in Iran.
Egypt, who had been an ally of the United States, Mubarak, who had been an ally of the United States, and they go in, and this is right after Libya. They were doing Libya at the same time.
Look what they did to Libya. Now they're slave markets.
They go in and blow up Libya. Gaddafi gets killed.
They blow up a dam that pulls water to Africa at hospitals.
Because you know what Gaddafi was doing? Because Gaddafi
he wanted off the dollar.
He wanted to get off the dollar, and he was going to introduce the African dinar, which would have been a gold-backed currency for the African Union.
They hate that shit.
I know.
And so you're exactly right that, and if it took your tweet and your sacrifice to at least get us to start talking about
because
this,
they said the next day that there was 2 million searches for Valerie Jarrett. Nobody knew who she was.
Of course somebody knew who she was.